Patrice, and also in the same vein of just riffing off the cuff, Pat Cooper.
Really?
Yeah, they're just making me laugh. Because I go last.
Patrice, my favorite one is he goes, Anthony, I ain't learning your last name. The last white boy name I learned was Galifianakis. And he's like, I was talking about Jesselnick. He goes, I ain't learning that last name again.
Funny.
He's like, Patrice just completely scrapped it. Metzger spent 2 weeks writing him jokes for that.
Did.
And then Patrice just went up and was like, fuck this. Fuck you.
Yeah.
We just start recording. Well, whenever the... Yeah, we're good. Usually Pimp would be here, but John, Pimp's right-hand man. Pimp's at the
I know
Hollywood.
John very well. I love John.
Pimp
he was there for the whole thing.
Yeah. Pimp is filming Nate at the Hollywood Bowl.
Why was he at the Hollywood Bowl this week?
With Seinfeld, Maniscalco, and Gaffigan.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's different.
The Four Horsemen of Friendly.
Nate is infuriating because he's doing 4 p.m. shows and getting away with it. That's my dream.
He did
to do shows at 4 and 7 is the dream.
He did the TD Garden in Boston.
Yeah.
So basically the Boston Garden at 3 p.m. And
That's
then
the best.
And then they reloaded it, and he did it at like 8
7,
p.m.
Yeah.
You know?
7 or 8.
Dude, Sleepy Time T Nate.
It's great.
Yeah, you can
That's
have
the dream. No hecklers.
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, if you're getting drunk and heckling at a 3 p.m. show, someone in your family needs to pull you aside and talk to you.
I like coming up here. This is like, you know what this is like? Since you left Bonfire, this is like Harry Nielsen coming to see John Lennon.
Yeah, this was Strawberry Fields. I'm about to get shot outside by a Bonfire fan who's like, I fucking remember you. Well, here's what we do at the end of every episode. We open, this is one of the last packs.
Baseball cards?
Yeah, but these are unopened 1989 NBA hoops cards.
Oh.
So I don't know who you're going to get in here.
I know who I'm going to get.
Are you a big basketball guy?
Sure I am.
Yeah. You know, I know your brother played at one of the best high schools in the country.
Well, I would say one of the best high schools in the country, but
Well, I mean, it was pretty good. Brooklyn basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's produced some people.
All right. So let's say...
So you get 2 piles. You get the ones that you want to keep and the crusty pile.
Keep them?
Yeah, if you want to, yeah, you can keep them. Some people keep them.
What if you don't want to keep them?
Then I keep them. Then they go in my pile with my all-star Patrick Ewing, and we go. And I just want to know if you know, because this is,
89.
89. You're working. The comedy boom is still happening.
Oh my God!
Who do you got first?
I'll let you keep him. He's never been this skinny in his life.
You draw the first draw of the pack. 76ers Charles Barkley. I would say, and I would argue, the funniest sports voice on television right now.
Absolutely, and he's always been funny.
Always been funny, but I love when he says shit that pisses him off, where he's like, Galveston, Texas, you got dirty water.
Right.
One of my favorite SNL sketches of the modern era, and I don't know if you've ever seen it, but they mimicked Iconoclasts, when they would have 2 famous artists sit down and talk, and they had Kenan Thompson playing Charles Barkley, and they had Kristen Wiig playing Bjork. And it's one of my favorite sketches of all time.
Funny.
Where she goes, Charles Barkley, would you like to hold my invisible baby? And he goes, is this for real? And then he goes, oh, you like Dennis Rodman if he was a tiny white lady. It's one of my favorite sketches. But this card is, Barkley's king.
Barkley. And you see how Jackie is there? Because in college.
At Auburn, 5th pick of the first round at Auburn.
But he was fat.
He was.
They used to call him the round mound of rebound.
I didn't know they called him that at Auburn. That's when Auburn had.
See how ripped he is there?
It's unbelievable.
Very handsome.
263, 6'6". That's a big boy.
Yeah, that is big.
Yeah.
Ron Rothstein.
Sounds made up. Look at this coach. Ron Rothstein, the Miami Heat coach.
Miami.
5'8". Went to Rhode Island from Bronxville, New York.
Yes, he's in Miami.
This guy, he goes, I can get you out of a lot of pinches. He looks like he inspired Celino and Barnes. Like he was the guy that's like, if there's an accident, I'm Ron Rothstein. He's going to my coach's pile. I love Ron Rothstein.
Here he goes. The poor man's John Stockton. Jeff Hornacek.
Dude, Jeff Hornacek. Is
Great.
it Hornacek or Hornacek? Look at this back of this face.
He was a badass.
Look at this World War I face.
Yes.
He looks like he's writing letters to his beloved. By the way, Iowa State 2nd round pick, but the guy could fucking ball.
Absolutely.
Hornacek, dude, that's big.
Oh, Here's Jerry Reynolds, the evil guy in every one of those.
You're getting some good coaches. You're getting some evil coaches.
Oh, David Windgate.
Do you remember Windgate?
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, I love it. I love when, we had Koppelman on and he knew almost everybody.
Oh, of course he does.
David Windgate, though, for the San Antonio Spurs.
Here he goes.
Second round pick out of Georgetown.
AD, Adrien Dantley, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
And my brother, this just shows how some people have an athletic mindset. My brother, before we'd play basketball randomly, would stretch before each game. And we're like, what? Come on, we want to play. And he goes, he was only 15.
Really?
And he's like...
And he had been told this in school?
Adrien Dantley was the only guy in the NBA. He'd be on the sideline stretching before the game. My brother goes, Adrien Dantley does it. It's important.
I love that. And this was your brother that went on to play.
Yeah.
Well, because he understood.
He understood stretch.
He understood.
And nobody stretched it.
Yeah.
We're like, what are you doing? Charles Shackelford. I remember him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
For who?
Who's he? I think I remember him
right
the
here.
Nets, but I think he might have played for Valvano back in the old days with that whole team.
North Carolina State.
Maybe.
That's true. Jimmy, you know what? I think you're right. I think he's on the Survive and Advance team.
Wow.
He was a North Carolina State.
Oh, God, Gerald Wilkins.
Some of these guys, I don't know. There's a New York Nick.
That was during those Nick days when you just like, hey, this could be it, Gerald Wilkins, and it was just never worked out.
Second round pick out of UT
annoying.
Chattanooga. By the way, the little blurb on the back of his card says "Great Slam Dunker." That's what they used to call it back in '89. This is a great. That's
Derek
the most
Chevius.
oldest term for that. Derek Chevius. Don't know him, but I'm going to tell you right now, don't sleep on him. First round pick out of Missouri.
Wow.
New York. The guy's from here. All-time leading scorer in Missouri history.
Wow.
At the University of Missouri.
Danny Young, I know. I'm embarrassed to say I don't remember that.
Well, a lot of these guys, and it's okay if you don't. Danny Young, second round pick out of Wake Forest. And these blurbs on the back are always what's funny because it writes, not afraid to shoot the three-pointer and consistent from the foul line. They give you full scouting reports.
I feel like the three-pointer must have just started.
Yeah, I think it was
Scott Hastings
for the Pistons. I remember him.
You do?
And well, I remember he's on the Bad Boys. This is one of the Bad Boys.
He is?
Yeah, he was with some of those guys that really were like roughing up the Celtics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They were coming out of the East, the Bulls. They'd beat up the Bulls and young Jordan. I mean,
yeah, I remember Bad Boys, of course.
Yeah, I mean, and he was, look how evil he looks.
He was the guy, yeah.
This is what I always say. I love these. These are one of those ones, a lot of these are action shots in the NBA. He just has like a Sears studio shot with his knee up.
I remember reading
he's got the ball on his knee.
I remember reading Dave DeBush, all the sports biographies when I was younger.
Yeah.
Dave DeBush was this famous Knick player.
Sure.
Nice. Everybody loved Dave DeBush. He ended up being the GM. And in the book, he goes, and then they have a picture of me. Like, I'm reading the book, and I keep trying to figure it out. I didn't know what the hell he's talking about. It's like, I'm like 11. And he goes, a picture of me with my legs crossed, drinking a beer after the game, and with my shorts riding up, my legs crossed. And I told my wife, honey, tell them it's not true. Tell them it's not true. Like, people thought he was
so
gay.
Funny. That's so funny.
But I didn't understand it until like I was in my 20s.
You understand? I was in the middle of crossing my legs.
Yes.
I didn't want to rest like that.
But it was like a big controversy in the book. Like, he was like, honey, tell him please. And I was like, what the fuck happened?
But also, they probably had sayings for that back then where they're like, that's a real sailor's cross.
Yeah.
And they go like, I didn't fucking sit like that.
That's a real sock right.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. That's a real Cleveland sit. It's Brad Daughtry out of the, dude, if you are a modern black guy, his lineup was horrible. Look at that.
But
dude.
it shows he has a good hairline.
But also, 7-footer. He was the first round pick in the draft out of North Carolina, UNC. Played for Dean Smith. That's a big thing. Black Mountain, North Carolina, 7-footer.
Did he play with Jordan?
85. So yeah, he was drafted in 80. He was drafted in 86. So no, Jordan left in 84.
So maybe
85 was. So he might have been. He might have been there. He might have been a younger.
All right, ready? There's no way you remember who Dominique played for in college.
I know who he played for in the pros.
I looked at it and I go, this doesn't make sense to me.
I know he played for the Hawks, obviously. Meek was like one of the best Atlanta Hawks of all time. Yeah. Him and Bird with the famous rivalry. Who did he play for in college?
Oh, no, he played for Georgia. But University of Georgia, he was there when like the big star was REM. He was there like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Hershel Walker was the big star. They didn't even care. But yeah, first round pick, third pick of the first round.
In Athens, Georgia, was
81.
at the beginning of the
And by the way, I didn't know this. Born in Paris, France.
I didn't know that either.
Do you know that about Dominique?
It makes sense.
Yeah. He's going
Oh, look at this guy. Speaking of legends from New York.
Walter,
St. John's.
Walter Barry.
St. John's, a legend.
For the Houston Rockets and played at St. John's from Harlem, New York.
Oh, yeah.
Winner of the John Wooden Award.
Back when
All-American.
Lou Hornacek was the coach and he'd get all these great players to come to. The problem with St. John's
Was this Mullen? Chris
there's
Mullen
no
time?
campus. Yeah, Mullen, Barry. There's no campus on St. John's.
So you just live in
You're
Queens.
basically in the most boring part of Queens. And it's just like, that's why they can't get people.
Yeah.
They bring them these beautiful campuses and you're like, oh my God, it's like movies I've seen.
You go to Villanova, it looks like a kingdom.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you go to St. John's and like, what is that? That's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's the cross island.
Don't worry, that's
Like,
where we
what?
do water processing. There's some nice houses. Damn. All right, Walter Barry. So far, this has been a good pack.
Not only that, but look who the last one is. Legend. Mark Aguirre.
Mark Aguirre.
He made the Mavericks.
Also,
The Mavericks would have had to leave town if it wasn't for Mark Aguirre.
He was a Dallas Maverick from 81 until 89, where he got dealt to the Detroit Pistons, won a couple titles with the Bad Boys. We got a couple Bad Boys in
Yeah,
this
but
pile.
he doesn't care about that. He was the legend over there. He'd be the Pistons. He probably rode the pine.
Also, member of the 1980 U.S. basketball team.
Not to be confused with Mark Maguire.
No, Mark Maguire, one of the Bash brothers in the Oakland A's. Only ginger that could really just rip a home
He could
run.
rip it.
He was covered in freckles.
How crazy was that series?
Oh,
Maguire and Sosa. Nobody cared about anything else.
98, it was unbelievable. By the way, the story is because of them, Barry Bonds had dinner at Ken Griffey Jr.'s house, and they were talking about how important home runs were, and Barry Bonds was like, I need to start doing a little extra. Never got caught, though. Look up the Balco scandal. Barry never took a dive.
Did Maguire and get caught?
Everyone got caught. I think Maguire and Sosa might have got caught. I know Barry. I'm a Giants fan, so I know Barry didn't.
Right.
But Ortiz
Well,
did. Manny Ramirez did. I can't say that loud because my Bostonian wife is in the next room.
Well, I'm so old. I remember Bobby Bonds was great.
Bobby Bonds was great. His godfather was Willie McCovey and Willie Mays.
Yeah.
Willie
McCovey.
McCovey
Getting off the
Cove.
bag.
Yeah.
He had that long arm. He didn't even need a mitt. He had that hand like a first baseman.
I bought, because I've lived in New York now for 18 years, I bought a New York Giants hat because I was like, you know what? Let's have both coasts connect.
Right.
Bring back the Polo Grounds.
Yeah.
Check out Colin's new special on YouTube. You are on my Mount Rushmore of comedians. This meant a lot. You came and did a podcast. I know you hate podcasting, but this meant a lot that you came by and hung out on my couch.
Thank you. I love it.
Yeah, and this was as a 17-year-old in Denver, Colorado, watching you on the documentary Comedian, inspiring me to be a stand-up comedian.
That's crazy.
And it's what Jerry said in the documentary. It's what Colin says. You got to work the
Who knew it
joke.
was going to be this much work, right?
Yeah.
By the way, I was in Colorado 2 days ago.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Still there, huh?
Yeah. So
Still white as hell.
Well, where I was really, it was where that Shining is.
Oh, you stayed at the Stanley?
Yeah.
You were up at like
I love it. A real Colorado guy. Oh, the Stanley?
My mom worked at the Stanley in college.
What?
Yeah, she said it was very haunted.
It's very haunted.
My mom worked at the restaurant in the Stanley. She would close, and then she'd come back for breakfast to open the Stanley, and the chairs would be stacked on the table. They knew the names of the ghosts at the Stanley.
Lucy is one of the names.
Yeah. I could call my mom right now and she'd tell you all
Wow.
that. She went to, it's now a tech school, but my mom went to college called Loretto Heights in Denver.
Wow.
And in the summers, she would work up at the Stanley.
That's cool.
Yeah. And they did this exterior shots, not the interior shots for The Shining. Right. But that's the hotel it's based on.
Wow. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know
Colin
that.
had one of my favorite ever. I was on You Know What, Dude. This is right when I started opening for Bobby, and Colin called Bobby, or we might have been in the car. That's what we were in the car,
Right.
driving to a gig, and you called Bobby, and Bobby went,
Yeah, dude, I'm with my opener, Dan Soder. He's from fucking, I don't know, he's like from Colorado.
and you go, where are you from in Colorado? And I said, Aurora. And you go, suburb. Affluent in the 70s, decayed in 80s and 90s. And I was like, it's the most accurate description of my fucking hometown I've ever heard in my life. And you just buried it just on one phone call. I was like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, you're the best, Colin. Check out his special.
Thanks, man.
It's
You too.
fucking hilarious. I love it.
Thanks.
Yeah.